here. Get on up in here. We are, first of all, let me just start off. Get on up in here. Get on up in here right now. It's a Saturday night. We've all seen it. It's everywhere. It's all online. Savage Sports fan, my name is King Savage. Please like, share, subscribe. We're a brand new channel trying to get it up and cracking. You've seen it. I've seen it. I was there. Let me just say this. I did say it was going to be a draw. I said Terence Crawford was either going to win close or it's going to be a draw. This is documented. But we never thought. Okay, first of all, let me congratulate my boy Terence Bud Crawford on a great performance, masterful performance. Let's congratulate Errol, the true Spence. Both fighters are gladiators. They both went out there. They both did their thing. We all know what Errol has went through to get into this position. Errol has no reason to hang his head at all. A lot of people can laugh. That Errol has no reason to hang his head. He's still a champion in my eyes. He just fought a special fighter tonight. And I honestly said, I spoke to one of Errol Spence's friends last night, which I guess I'll post those videos later on tonight. It was plenty of videos of me last night out in Vegas doing my thing late last night. But anyway, the 17-month layoff. The 17-month layoff. Everybody just said it was not going to be an issue. I told his boy, I said, listen, 17 months out of the ring. I think it's 17 months, 15 months, 16 months, 18 months, something like that. That's going to show up. You know, you can get away with that on smaller fighters, less skilled fighters you can intimidate coming up through the ranks. Even some of them are champions who are kind of paper champions, but you cannot do that with Bud Crawford. People said, Bud ain't fought nobody. What does he do? That might be true, but he fought you tonight and he made it look very, very easy. But one of the things we need to understand is being inactive, having a long layoff, being inactive is like another defeat on your record. You're overcoming too much. You're going up against a new guy. You're going up against a guy who you say he ain't fought nobody, but he was active. He was actively moving around, getting in shape, dieting, making ready, doing a rigmarole. He had to do all those things, and that matters. Being inactive, you know, you can get away with that for so long, but a fight at this level, I know you say you don't need no tune-ups, but at a fight at this level, I'm sorry. I can't. We've all seen what happens. We have all seen tonight what happens when you take a long layoff and you got to fight another elite fighter. The other elite fighter took a quasi tune-up, and everybody laughed. I think it was on Black Boxing Prime or something like that. They laughed, but you know what? That was his tune-up. He got $10 million. I'm talking about Terence Bud Crawford. His last fight, it was on a different network, a different promotional company. I think it's called Black Prime or something like that. I don't know if they're in business anymore. They signed Adrian Broner. They signed Terence Crawford. They gave him a few fights. Adrian Broner ended up leaving the company because he said he didn't get the fights he wanted, blah, 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 blah. You could Google it. You could see it for yourself. But at the end of the day, Terence did fight. Terence got $10 million allegedly, and he got him a nice tune-up in. We see what happens when you get you a nice tune-up in and get yourself ready for one of the biggest fights of your career. Now Terence Crawford is 40-0, all these knockouts on his record. And the next question would be, does Spence want a rematch? Does he want it right away? And the winner gets to pick the rematch and the weight. Listen, I heard that Spence walked in at 180 tonight. He walked in there and put some weight on. Water weight. He rehydrated. What other weight do you want to do? You at 180 tonight, and we saw what you look like. What other weight? You were supposed to be fighting at 147. So my next question is, what other weight class are you looking to do? 154. If you go 154, that gives you a chance to put on more weight and be even more slower and be more of a target practice. I don't think he takes the rematch. Spence just looked out of step. It just looks like, you know what? He had no answer for the speed, the speed and the different angles that Terence throw punches, which we said. I never thought Terence would make it look like this, but he was hitting him with double hooks, catching, and then Spence just was off balance all night, bro. He was like, come on, man. You spent 15, 20 grand on these tickets, and you watching the guy get knocked out. Just getting knocked all over the place. It's just, I don't know, bro. This is my recap. Thank you for the love and support. I had it as a draw. I was wrong like everybody else. I thought it'd be a lot closer. I thought Spence would be Spence on some levels. This is a prime example that there's different levels to this game. Spence can be Spence with everybody else, but somebody else is always letting you know it's a bigger level out there. This is Shark Week, by the way, if you did not know, on the Discovery Channel. It is a funny story, I will tell you. I tell all this time because I love sharks. I would have loved to have been an oceanographer. I love sharks. But it was a few seasons ago on Shark Week where these oceanographers were like putting these GoPros on the sharks' fins and watching the sharks go underwater and do all of this stuff. But it was one episode where they had tagged a big shark. And it had been 4 or 5 days and they had lost the signal, and they were looking on the computer. And they were like, where'd this shark go? I don't know what happened to the shark. Maybe the GoPro fell off. What's going on? We can't find this shark. And then one of the guys was looking on, it was a lot of stuff on the computer screen. And the guy looked on the top right. He says, hey, man, you notice something different? He says, what? It looks like the body temperature has changed. The body temperature has changed on the shark. And the other guy says, oh, my God, do you think? He says, nah, it's no way possible. He said, this shark might be in somebody's belly. This shark might have got eaten by a bigger shark. How is this possible? That was one of my favorite episodes. I don't know how true it was, but they made the realism look good, and it just lets you know, just when you think you're the biggest fish and you start bragging about things, it's going to be a bigger shark that comes along and just eat you whole. And that's what looks like happened tonight. The big fish ran into a megalodon. That megalodon name was Terence Bud Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska, out the Midwest. And he came to make a statement and put in work. Everybody in that stadium was from Texas. You saw all the videos I posted. I got tons more I did not post. So much stuff behind the scenes we did not post. It's so much. I just got so much for it. I might just go ahead and do it just to put it on out there. But it was the Spence show. He had all Texas there. But man, Jerry Jones was sitting there. But hold on a second. Did you see Keith One-Time Thurman sitting in the front row watching this? I know you saw Keith Thurman. The look on his face was like, I don't want nothing to do with Terence Crawford. Because remember, Keith Thurman was saying, we don't know if Terence Crawford's real. He hasn't fought anybody at 147. He hasn't fought a true 147. How real is Terence Crawford? I don't know. Can he handle Keith Thurman? Remember that interview? You should see the look on his face. Look online. Go back. If you tape the fight, look at Keith Thurman's face. He's looking at Terence Crawford like, I don't want nothing. I don't want no smoke with that. But he's looking at Errol Spence like, this is all you got, Errol? I want to see the Keith Thurman interviews post-fight, so to speak. The look on his face, that's what I should have started with. Keith Thurman's face was hilarious, bro. I was like, man, he was looking like, I want one, I don't want the other. That fish was fried. It was no crawfish broil going on up in there tonight. But once again, everybody, thanks for showing. Tell me what you thought about the fight. It was one-way traffic. It was facing Michael Jordan in the fourth quarter. It was just all one way, man. It was one-way traffic going on. So where does Errol Spence go from here? He says he's moving up. Where does his confidence go? He was getting hurt with a jab. See, he was getting hurt with a lot of punches that I didn't think he would get hurt with, which shows you being out of the ring for that long Man, maybe he should have took a tune-up with Keith Thurman. Being out of the ring that long, it just really showed up for Errol. Shout out to Errol. I love Errol. Errol will always be one of my favorite fighters. Great father, great man, great soldier, great gladiator. He'll be back. Errol is going to always be Errol to us. We'll always rock Errol's gear. But my God, Terence Crawford. They said this was going to be a history fight. Yeah, a history for Terence Crawford. This wasn't going to be no epic battle. They made it seem like it's going to be better than this. Man, you must be crazy. Drop a comment, like, share, subscribe. What else can we say here? What else can we say? And like I said, I posted the video. Las Vegas had Terence winning. If Terence didn't win, they had the fight as a draw. You can see the video. I was at the Caesar's Palace, who took my money, by the way. Caesar's Palace took my damn money. And they said, yeah, it's going to be a draw. You see her on the video. It's going to be a draw. We got Terence winning, but it might just be a big old draw because they already signed the rematch. So, I don't know. Everybody that lost their money tonight, anybody else lost their money? I don't know. I'm going to hit the strip. We will be I will be posting reactions from the strip. And until next time, I'm out.